The Blue Teams connector was successfully deployed into Azure. Infinity must be configured to operate with the connector as a gateway for Teams CVI calls. Ensure that you follow the instructions in the documentation. This video will only provide a high-level overview of the Infinity configuration and testing. Note that Infinity will be configured to allow participants to join Teams meetings only. MTR point-to-point dialing is not covered. Log into the management node. Check you have a Teams license installed and enough port licenses. Check in the global settings that the client API is enabled. This should be enabled by default for new installs. Add your Teams tenant. The tenant ID can be checked using an online tool. Add the Blue Teams connector. You can optionally enable enhanced status for the Blue connector by obtaining the Event Hub connection string from Azure and adding it to the config. After a few minutes, the Blue Teams connector should appear in the live view. Next, the Teams virtual reception and call routing rules are created. Ensure you follow the docs carefully. Add a new virtual reception. Set the type to be Microsoft Teams and select the Blue Teams connector. Set the lookup location to be a system location, which will have external access to communicate with the Teams connector. Add the alias for the virtual reception and save. Two call routing rules will be added. The first will treat any endpoint registered to Infinity to be trusted, allowing them to bypass the Teams meeting lobby and join the meeting immediately. The second rule will treat all participants not registered to Infinity as untrusted, connecting to the meeting lobby and having to be admitted to the meeting manually. To test that everything is working properly, create a new Teams meeting. Join the Teams meeting via the Teams client, then connect the test endpoints. A participant joins the meeting and is placed in the lobby. The person is admitted by the host and joins the call. Checking the live view, you can see that this participant has joined using the untrusted call routing rule and is an unregistered participant. A second participant joins the call directly, without having to be admitted as they are calling from an endpoint registered to Infinity. Checking the live view, the two CVI gateway calls are shown. To complete the testing, one of the endpoints has shared content which is seen by the Teams participant. This testing has validated that the Blue Teams connector is working properly and Infinity configured correctly.